Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie, Esther here. And yesterday, Dead by Daylight tweeted out some information that I know is important to many of you about cross progression. If you don't know what cross progression is, that means if you play Dead by Daylight on more than one system, for example, Nintendo Switch and the PC, you would have the ability to transfer your progress from one platform to the other rather than have to grind through all of your characters again. So we're going to check this out. The tweet says, cross progression is coming soon, Trainbark, to Dead by Daylight. Curious to know how it'll work? We got you. And then they put a link here. And if you click the link, it takes you over to deadbydaylight.com, the official website. And let's check this out here. So it has this article from September 30th, 2020, Breaking Barriers with Crossplay and Cross Progression. Following the successful addition of the cross-play feature in Dead by Daylight, cross-play again is where PC players can play with Xbox players, can play with PS4 players, can play with Nintendo Switch players, can play with Windows Store players. Following the successful addition of the cross-play feature in Dead by Daylight, we're happy to announce how our efforts have been advancing and to provide an update regarding cross-progression. In August, we let all our PC and console players enjoy the game together with crossplay. Looking back from September, we are happy to say the results were amazing. The activation of the feature itself went as smoothly as we could hope. For example, it has helped us make the matchmaking time shorter in general. Of course, we keep monitoring the status of crossplay, but it's safe to say that the overall game experience has been greatly improved by this feature. I would agree with that. The other important feature we have been working on for the past month is cross progression. In the past couple of months, we have continued developing the cross progression feature for Steam and Stadia. We're working hard on the final details, and we are closer than ever to making it available on these two platforms. We have developed a website just for the new behavior account. There, the players who want to share their progression and items between Steam and Stadia get to register themselves and access this cross progression feature. If you don't know what the Stadia is, it's a platform, gaming platform developed by Google, in which you don't actually need a console. You play the game through the internet. You just have your controller, you hook it up to the internet, and everything's played through the internet. It's kind of like Netflix, but for video games. So instead of buying a DVD, you go on Netflix and you just stream it. So you're streaming the video game through Google Stadia. Let's see here. So this is what the behavior account looks like. Create account, sign in, and then it looks like there's a thing here that says that you can make your cross progression go between Stadia and Steam. After you have created your behavior account, you'll be invited to link it to your Steam and Stadia accounts respectively. Once you have gone through these steps and you log back into the game, you will be able to keep your character's progression and use all the DLCs and outfits you previously purchased or unlocked, whether through Steam or Stadia. In case the characters have two different progressions, the higher level will be kept. In addition, items from the Blood Web gathered on both platforms will be added together. A more detailed FAQ will be provided when we release the cross progression feature and the behavior account. Just like our monitoring of crossplay, when we release cross progression, we will follow the whole feature very closely in the following months to ensure it is working properly and that you can decide to play on both Steam and Stadia safely and seamlessly. Okay. Finally, as we announced earlier, we're working on adding Switch to Steam and Stadia for cross progression in the near future. Stay tuned for more, and thank you for reading. See you in the fog, the Dead by Daylight team. Interesting. Okay, so the Stadia is actually supposed to release today, October 1st, but I'm not sure that if the cross progression is going to be available right from the jump. Interesting. Now, I know people are just saying, well, wait, what about me? I'm on Xbox. I'm on PS4. All they're talking about here is Stadia and Steam and Switch. Where does that leave me? To this point, we don't know. I know that Dead by Daylight wants to do it. They want to be able to have cross progression everywhere, but it's up to Sony and Microsoft to agree upon it. Not sure if that's going to happen. This doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that they don't have an agreement yet. Hopefully, eventually, we'll see them come to an agreement and cross progression will be available everywhere. But right now, as it stands, the only place you're going to be able to do cross progression as it starts is between Stadia and Steam, and then they'll add the Switch into it in the future. Where we go from there is anyone's guess, but I would say remain hopeful, because I do believe that Dead by Daylight is in your corner and wants to make this happen. Okay, so that's what we have here. This is what it's going to look like to link your accounts with this behavior account. So this behavior account's going to be this catch-all, and eventually, once they add Switch in here too, I have a Switch, I have a Stadia, I have Steam. I could theoretically do the cross progression across all three of those platforms. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the Stadia. So the Stadia has 29 new games dropping on their system here in October. And as I said, it's similar to Netflix. So you don't buy any of the games. You just pay a monthly fee to them, and then you get all the content. So 29 games coming out in October on the Stadia. One of them being Dead by Daylight. And they have some unique features here that aren't offered on any other system. And maybe will never be offered on any other system. I don't know. But on the Stadia, we have what's called crowd choice and crowd play. So they have a little bit of a video for it, but I'll just read this to you here first. Dead by Daylight will offer crowd choice, a Stadia exclusive feature that allows the community to vote and influence their favorite YouTube streamer's match. The power will lie in the viewer's hands, as they'll choose whether the influencer will play as a killer or a survivor, followed by which character. Dead by Daylight on Stadia will also allow streamers to invite their community to join in on a trial with the touch of a button. This feature, called Crowd Play, is the key to boosting the audience's active engagement. So these are pretty interesting features here. I can show you like a little demo from this trailer here. I'll just clip this out rather than show you the whole trailer. So it shows you a rough idea of how this crowd choice is going to work, where everybody on a YouTube live stream would vote and pick which role you're going to play, which survivor you're going to play. And then it also has the ability for the streamer to just turn on crowd play. And I guess everybody can just jump in the lobby. Not exactly sure how this works, but it's maybe easier than using the whole cross-play friend ID thing. We'll have to wait and see, but I do have a Stadia, so this is something we should definitely try out. I'm interested to see how Dead by Daylight plays on the Stadia, because earlier in the year I heard a lot of complaints that the latency is too much for streaming a video game for the inputs to take. It's not as responsive as playing it on a console or on PC. So I'm interested to see just how responsive it is, especially if I hardwire the Stadia straight into my computer. So this is something I'm going to investigate, and hopefully in the next day or two we can have a Stadia stream and see how it works together. Okay, so that's what I have for you regarding the cross progression. Stay tuned. Baby steps. I do believe that they're going to make this happen. Fingers crossed for Sony and Microsoft to come to the table and allow it. But at any rate, there are going to be some platforms that are going to have this cross progress option. Google Stadia, eventually Nintendo Switch, and Steam. Okay, that's all I have for you right now. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And take care of each other in and out of the fog. See you next time. Bye-bye.